Hi, I'm Tamu Green.
And I'm Briauna Gardner. And in today's video, we will be recapping the 2024 Kips Bay Decorators Showhouse.
Now, if you're unfamiliar with the Kips Bay Decorators Showhouse or any designer or decorator showhouse in general, a designer showhouse is when a residence is transformed into a weeks-long event where designers are either invited or apply to design specific spaces and rooms within that home. There are many designer showhouses in different states throughout the country, all throughout the year. But to me, the Kips Bay Designer Showhouse in New York is the most renowned.
This year, the showhouse took place in a beautiful 4-story townhouse located in the Upper East Side of Manhattan. While each space was designed so beautifully and meticulously, talking about all the rooms would make this video hours long. So we're just going to break it down to our favorite spaces and features.
And be sure to stay tuned towards the end of the video because we also have an interview with one of the designers from this show house, Beth Diana Smith, who designed the wine room and lower level corridor.
Let's start things off with the core of the townhouse, the staircase. This staircase was awe-inducing from the moment we stepped in. Designed by Swati Gora Designs, it really felt as though you were witnessing the sky change from dawn to dusk right before your eyes. It was both whimsical and soft because she seamlessly combined the pastel hues of the wallpaper with bold saturated colors from the stair runner. The wallpaper also had integrated lights that created this starry night effect. Even the ceiling had a blue watercolor treatment that transitioned into a deep galaxy effect the lower you went.
Yeah, this stairway was a magical way to kind of meander through the show house. And I'm not sure how they integrated the lights into the wallpaper, but I would love to see a ready-made version from one of the wallpaper manufacturers. Just saying.
Hint, hint.
The dining room by Kit Kemp Design Studio felt very warm, whimsical, and personalized. It was inspired by Virginia Woolf's A Room of One's Own, and I can't think of a more fitting name for it. The bespoke lighting installation playfully spelled out what I can only imagine were quotes from Virginia Woolf, given the inspiration.
Every single finish and furnishing in this entire space had some form of pattern, texture, or applique, and yet it all came together so effortlessly. The attention to detail in this room was amazing. From the large beaded wall art to the armchair tulip appliques with these cute little faces on them, nothing in this space was an afterthought.
Right off of the dining room was the sexy bar from Michelle Gerson Interiors. It was a room that I didn't want to leave. There were so many amazing details in this room. I love the marble-clad millwork and the ribbed edge on the countertop detail. This bar felt, dare I say, forbidden. The jaw-dropping wall treatment was a big contributor to this otherworldly vibe. And each of the snakes had their own character, with some of them even being three-dimensional and coming up off the walls and onto the mirrors.
The floors were another showstopper, almost slithering through the space like its reptilian counterparts on the walls. While the room was predominantly white and black, Michelle did add touches of burgundy and cherry throughout the space, like in the hardware, the marble molding, and even the bar stools. This truly brought just a touch of sophistication. So this is what I deemed the scissor room, because her music was playing as we entered the space. Workshop APD took great care in creating a specific ambiance that they wanted their viewers to feel. This room exuded comfort and sophistication through its color palette, lighting, and furniture arrangement. The rust velvet sofa and cream boucle armchairs contributed to the inviting ambiance. The relaxed atmosphere was enhanced by the decorative accent lighting that primarily illuminated the space.
This room was a vibe. The architectural detailing was outstanding. From the wavy panels to the smoked mirrored clad walls and the mural covered ceilings, not a single inch of painted drywall was visible, which is really indicative of a decadently finished space. This bathroom served unadulterated glamour. It kind of made me feel like flaunting your drug addiction was the next new flex. I mean, this is not like a new idea. Remember when Jonathan Adler had that line of drug-inspired accessories? But the way that Vanessa took this trend and interpreted it really captured me. She even had little pill bottles in the bathroom that had mints in them, which actually inspired me to put my vitamins in pill bottles in a cute little tray just to make taking them a little bit more glamorous.
For me personally, I love how Vanessa really played with the idea of old and new. She really took traditional pieces and gave them all nice modern flares, which created a beautiful balance throughout this bathroom. A traditional clawfoot tub centered to the bathroom was made modern by finishing it in a deep green lacquer. She took ornate crown molding and balanced it with this reflective gold ceiling treatment. A traditional ceiling medallion and chandelier hung opposite to a striking geometric floor tile. I could go on and on about this space, but her attention to this balance is something that I really appreciate. Walking through this space felt like walking through an antique collector's personal home gallery. According to Jeremiah Brent, the concept of this space was to create a dressing room and study for Hathor, the Egyptian goddess of beauty. It effortlessly balanced a welcoming and unapproachable ambience. The intricate details of the furniture gave them the aura of ancient relics. The vases on the pedestals contributed to the museum-like ambiance. However, the fabrics and the arrangement of the furniture provided a feeling of comfort and modernity.
I'm so used to seeing Nate and Jeremiah together that it was good to see Jeremiah by himself and seeing his personal brand identity. This was his time to shine, and he did just that. The way that this room was layered with traditional details and antiques, and yet landed a very contemporary setting, is something to be studied. I was especially fond of the fabric draped wall and the series of flush mount ceiling fixtures. I loved this bedroom with an ensuite from Mikkel. It almost felt like we traveled when we walked into the space. This is my third show house that featured a room from Mikkel. He has a particular type of natural sophistication that I see throughout his work, and it definitely was present here. I loved the finish on the walls and the beams.
Yes, a lot of the pieces that he chooses have a very cultural and historical feel. Mikkel definitely has a signature style, and he always tends to incorporate this very well-traveled aesthetic.
The bathroom also just seamlessly blended with the room in a way that I loved. The game room was the last room that we viewed, but I don't think that's why it had such a lasting impression on us. From the large bowl of popcorn on the sectional, to the Pilsner glasses of faux beer on the bar, to the color-coordinated house of cards on the game table.
Oh yeah.
Every detail in this room really immersed guests in the feeling and the experience of being in this game room and actually using the space. The phenomenal mural on the ceiling and the stuffed animal lounge chair were two highlights for me. Barbara Ostrom was also there and a pleasure to speak with.
Barbara, renowned as the Queen of Show Houses, really lives up to her title. Of all the rooms that we saw, I feel as though her space really stuck out to me with all of its unique pieces. She has a really great knack of capturing the audience's attention. I particularly adored the zebra bar stools and wall-hung masks. Her careful selection of furnishings and materials really reflects her pride in designing beautiful spaces.
I think it's a few reasons. I'm very big into like layering in my spaces. And I'm very big into like pattern, color, texture, and that space was very textural. So if I put in all this time and effort, I was like, no, I want the people to feel all the things. I want you to touch the wallpaper. I want you to touch the banquette. I want you to touch the rug. I want you to touch everything. And because I'm very big into experiences, you can't experience something by not touching it. So I just wanted people to experience that same thing because I made all of these choices for a reason. And even like asking people to sit on the banquette. I chose this fabric. I wanted someone to be able to wear whatever they want. I mean, even one of the guys who attended was like, I could just sit here naked all day. And I was like, you can't do that. But it was like that level of comfort where you felt like you could do whatever you want because it's so comfortable.
We were in their opening drawers and things, which I wouldn't probably have done if we weren't able to kind of sit down in the space. And then even those spaces were beautifully decorated.
Yeah.
So it kind of like unfolded for you as you continue to be in the space. So that was pretty cool.
The initial plan was to do an all pink wine cellar. Like that was the goal. And the only thing that was going to be a different color was the cabinetry that I just knew in my mind I wanted it to be like this matte black.
You probably would have had competition with one of the rooms upstairs that was all pink. So I'm glad that you did the whole change.
Totally different.
I was definitely grateful for that because I think it was Sean Henderson who did the all pink.
Yes.
I was like, thank God I changed what my initial concept was. I think we had to be done by like April 25th, and I didn't get an actual floor until the first week of April.
Wow.
The stone was going in while adjustments for the cabinets were happening, while the upholsterer was doing the base of the banquette, while the electrician was trying to get the light fixtures in. And I was like, it's all going to be fine. It's all going to be fine.
Yeah.
We're all going to get it done. No one's leaving.
But it was worth it. It was worth it. It had to be done.